So when people come to apply and you're interviewing people to go and teach in China, what are you looking for in people?
The thing is, what made it so fun over the years interviewing people is that you had such different characters apply for this for different reasons, as we discussed.
Yeah.
What I would look for the most is someone who thinks they would enjoy the job, because from my own experience, I think that's really key. So there's a few things we look for. I mean, if you've worked abroad before, that's something personally I think helps if you've done sort of Camp America or something like that.
Cool. Yeah.
But the most important thing is just enthusiasm. The idea that you could stand up in front of a group of people and enjoy it and thrive really in that environment. So a few things. I mean, obviously, degree of confidence is important. Although a lot of our recent teachers, they've also remarked that your confidence really grows as a part of this experience as well. But I think it is important that going in, you have a degree of confidence about this. Just that you're sort of a fun person who likes working with people, because you spend long days with students. Every day is different, like as you know as well. The most unexpected things happen in class. I think it's sort of a fun factor, and enjoying that's very important. Creativity is very important, because in China lots of your lessons you don't get lots of structure to it. You get a book and a textbook, but towards the end of the lesson there's so much room to improvise and do your own thing. So it's really important that you're creative, you have personal hobbies you can integrate in your teaching. So those kind of things are very, very important in terms of that.
Excellent, cool. And so what about this particular program that you run? What are the kind of the benefits of going with this one?
I mean, China is such a huge country, so there's lots of ways to get there, lots of programs, different ways of getting there. But I think our program is really good in the sense that it's a platform really obviously focused on China, 10 years of experience sending people there. So there's a couple of things. I think the main thing is that we work with the same schools for a long time, very stable, well-established schools. The visa process has become a bit more complicated in recent years, so we know that inside and out. We know when things change and how to adapt to that. So that's important. I think preparation also, because I went to China, I found a job online myself, and I felt that when I went there, I didn't really know what to expect or how to deal with it at first. So we strongly integrate, former teachers like yourself and other people who, attend orientation days, provide training assistance. We have a lesson plan library with years of lesson plans used by teachers over time that people can draw on. And I think finally, the community aspect is very important, because all our programs, especially the summer ones, you for example, for the summer you go in groups of 20 or 30 people. On the long-term ones you tend to go with 4 or 5 people at the same location. Sometimes other people, like in Shanghai, we have 20 teachers at any given time. So we make a big point of sort of making people meet up before the program. In London we have an orientation day, put them in touch even before the meeting, so there's a big sense of community. So when people do go out, they have those connections that they can fall back on. And one thing as part of that, when I went to China, when I had days off, my colleagues couldn't get time off at the same time. So unfortunately I didn't really have too much of an opportunity to travel. So that's something, I'm really pleased to see in recent years, especially that people who work in Shanghai have friends in Beijing or Suzhou or Wuhan. So on times off, they get a chance to visit those people and have much more of a fun experience even because of that. So
great.
That's a big part of what we do as well.
So what was your experience in China? Can you tell us a bit more about that?
It was brilliant. I mean, like I said, I didn't really know what to expect. And I think this is one of the things I ask people in the interviews, sort of, what are you looking for mostly? For me, it really was a chance to have this sort of authentic experience in China, a first-hand experience, get to know lots of local people. I work with 18 to 20-year-olds. So, they spoke good English. They would take me for lunch after class. They'd ask me about slang, about, culture, go to university abroad and things like that. And that was really good. I got to know lots of local people. So it's a really real experience in that sense. So if you're interested in China's society or the future, China's future, spending time there as a teacher is really a brilliant way of getting that real experience.
So Arnold, what do you do to help prepare people before they go to China to teach?
Our goal really is to have people feel when they go to China they're ready to do it, they're excited to go. So it's a long process, especially for the long-term placements, for example. Most people go in August, so they apply with us and do a phone interview in the winter or the spring. And then what we do from the moment you're enrolled, we form a Facebook group. Especially in sort of April when it's closer to the placement, we set up a private Facebook group. So all the people who are going are in touch and sort of have an opportunity to get to know each other and sort of alleviate some of the nerves and sort of, know that they're in the same boat as other people. We give you access to our lesson plan library. So you have access to lesson plans that previous teachers have used. We give you a Teach English in China buddy, so someone who's recently done the program that you might want to ask things about packing, getting ready, those kind of things. So really try to put that community aspect in place. Then a few weeks before departure, we have a London orientation day, which is really exciting. We invite a lot of former teachers back. Again, we have a big training day, so it's part logistics, part teacher training, part socializing, frankly. So then 3 weeks after that, which is middle of August, we would go to Beijing for 2 weeks of training there. So that's very intense, as we've a lot of our teachers have told us over the years. But I think really worthwhile in the sense that you go into middle schools in Beijing, you get to practice your teaching, you get some feedback, you get some help with lesson planning. So after those 2 weeks, you then spread out across China. Some people go to Shanghai, some to Beijing, some to other cities. And you have another week or so to settle in before the term properly starts. So you've really gone step by step through the process at that point. And you're going to be as ready as you can be. And I think everyone grows into the job because you spend 10 months there. And I know from some of the people over the years that obviously you're not the same level of teaching on day one as a few months in, but that's okay. I mean, as long as you go in every day and give it your all, then that's the main thing.